There's a moment in every legend's life when silence hurts more than boos, when cheers fade, when loyalty is tested. And for Lionel Messi, that moment didn't come from rivals. It came from home, from the same stadium where he built his legacy, from the same fans who chanted his name for over 2 decades. It came from Camp Nou. This is the story of when Lionel Messi, the greatest player in Barcelona's history, was booed by his own people. But to understand how we got there, we have to go back. Not to the trophies, not to the golden boots, but to the beginning, when a shy little boy from Rosario, Argentina, boarded a plane to Spain, chasing a miracle. Messi was just 13 years old when he arrived at La Masia. Small, quiet, undersized, diagnosed with growth hormone deficiency. He didn't look like a footballer. He looked like a ball boy, but when the ball came to his feet, everything changed. He glided. He floated. He destroyed players twice his size. Barcelona didn't sign him after a big trial. They signed him on a napkin because his agent had waited too long and Messi's father was ready to take him back to Argentina. Carlos Rexach, a Barca director at the time, scribbled a contract on a napkin and sealed the deal. It was messy. It was desperate. But it changed football history forever. Messi didn't talk much, not in press conferences, not in locker rooms. He spoke through passes, dribbles, and goals. And oh, the goals. He scored in El Clásicos. He destroyed Premier League giants. He won trebles. He broke records that people thought were untouchable. By 2012, he had 91 goals in a single calendar year. Let that sink in. That's more than most strikers score in 3 full seasons. But through all of this, Messi didn't demand attention. No flashy celebrations, no Instagram thirst traps, just football. Pure football. Barcelona fans didn't love Messi because he acted like a superstar. They loved him because he never did. For years, the love between Messi and the fans wasn't just strong, it was sacred. Camp Nou became a temple. And Messi, he was the high priest. Every touch, every dribble, every free kick, it felt like art. Kids copied his moves on playgrounds, adults saved his posters, and when the world doubted him, Barcelona fans defended him like family. He gave them moments, the hat trick in El Clásico at 19, the solo goal versus Getafe, a Maradona replica, the left-footed volley in the Champions League final. He gave them everything, and they gave him everything back. Until they didn't. The first cracks didn't appear on the pitch. They started in the boardroom. After Pep Guardiola left in 2012, Barcelona's golden era began to fade. Managers came and went, transfers got worse, and the club slowly stopped feeling like a project and started feeling like a business. Then came Neymar's departure in 2017, then the 100 million euro signings that flopped, Coutinho, Dembele, Griezmann. Messi was still Messi, still scoring 40-50 goals a year, still dragging the team through tough games, but something was off. The pressure started to mount. Champions League exits, Roma, Liverpool, Bayern, brutal defeats, broken dreams, and fans started asking, is Messi really a leader? On April 2021, Camp Nou, Barcelona had just suffered another humiliating exit from the Champions League. The stadium wasn't full, it was post-COVID, but the whispers were loud enough to be heard, and then it happened. For the first time in his 20-year career, Messi was booed, not by rival fans, not in an away stadium, by the very people who once worshipped him. It wasn't rage. It wasn't hate. It was disappointment, frustration, a sense that the dream was dying and Messi was part of the fall. Fans felt betrayed, not because Messi was bad, but because he was the last piece of perfection in a broken puzzle, and even he couldn't fix it. And after years of carrying the club, Messi sent a burofax, a cold legal document that shook the football world. He wanted out. He wanted to leave the club that raised him. The fans were split. Some understood, others called him a traitor. How could he walk away? But what they didn't see was the pain behind that decision. Messi had begged the club to build a proper team. He watched legends like Iniesta and Xavi leave without replacements. He stayed loyal while others took easier paths. And now, he was done. He didn't just lose faith in the club, he lost faith in the dream. But the club refused to let him go. So he stayed for one last season. And Camp Nou, it never felt like home again. In August 2021, Barcelona announced what fans never thought they'd hear. Lionel Messi will not continue at FC Barcelona. No testimonial match, no farewell game, no 90th minute substitution to walk off the pitch one last time. Just a press conference, just a suit, just tears. Messi stood behind a podium, eyes red, voice trembling, clutching tissues in one hand and memories in the other. He couldn't even speak at first, because how do you say goodbye to your whole life? He said it wasn't supposed to end this way. He said he did everything he could to stay. He had even agreed to a 50% pay cut. But the club was broken, financially, structurally, emotionally. And for the first time in 21 years, Messi was no longer a Barcelona player. The fans who once booed him, they now gathered outside Camp Nou, chanting his name. Messi, Messi, Messi! But it was too late. The silence had already cut deeper than the noise ever could. And while many remembered his goals, assists, and trophies, Messi would never forget the look in the eyes of his own people when they turned on him. Imagine this: the same stadium that gave him standing ovations for 15 years, the same crowd that wore his jersey, sang his name, called him D10S, one day booed. Not because he failed them, but because they failed him. You can forgive enemies, you can even forgive critics, but when your own turn on you, that scars something inside. Now imagine if that had happened to someone like Cristiano Ronaldo. Ronaldo has played for multiple clubs: Sporting, United, Madrid, Juventus. He's been adored, yes, but never tied down to one identity. When he left Madrid, it was painful, but it wasn't betrayal, because Madrid was never his only home. But Messi was Barcelona. He didn't just play for the club, he was the club. He was the club's heartbeat, spine, lungs, and soul, all in one. So when Messi got booed, it was as if Barcelona had booed itself. And here's the thing: it wasn't just about football. It was about expectations. Messi had become so good, so consistent, so godlike, that fans forgot he was still human. He scored 50 goals in a season? Not enough. He carried a broken midfield, a crumbling defense, and a clueless board? Still not a leader. He stayed loyal when others ran. He wept after defeats. He begged the club to invest in youth to fix the mess. But in the end, they asked for more and gave him less. It's the cruel paradox of greatness. The better you are, the less you're allowed to fail. A young player misses a chance, he'll learn. Messi misses a chance, he's finished. That's the price of being a genius. You're not allowed to bleed. But Messi did bleed. He bled for 21 years. For every title, for every injury, for every loss that kept him awake at night. He wasn't just a legend. He was a man carrying the weight of a nation, and a club too proud to admit it needed him more than he needed them. And what did he ask for in return? Not statues, not songs, not Ballon d'Or campaigns, just loyalty, just faith. But football is a business now, and legends are employees, no matter how many miracles they perform. After leaving Barcelona, Messi went to Paris, a new league, a new language, new pressure. The fans there too would eventually boo him, because the truth is, when you've reached the very top, there's only one way left to go: down. But deep down, Messi never wanted thrones. He never asked to be king. He just wanted to play, to feel the ball at his feet, to bring joy to the fans. He once said, "The day I stop enjoying it is the day I stop playing." And maybe, for a moment, in those final days at Barca, the joy was gone. Not because of defeat, not because of age, but because the fans, the club, the city he loved forgot how to love him back. But you know what the greatest comeback is? Legacy. Because now, years later, Barcelona fans chant his name again. Messi murals are back, documentaries are being made, children wear his name again, the boos forgotten, the betrayal forgiven. Because time has a funny way of reminding people what they once had. Cristiano Ronaldo had many homes, many loves, many titles. But Messi had one true love. And when that love turned cold, he didn't lash out, he didn't write tweets, he didn't point fingers, he left silently, with tears in his eyes and dignity in his soul. So here's what we learned: even the greatest of all time can be booed. Even gods can be forgotten. But legends don't need applause to be remembered, because when history is written and the stories are passed down, they won't talk about the boos. They'll talk about the boy from Rosario who became the king of Barcelona and the world, even when his own fans turned against him.